This is Steve Dibley. What he and his team do really is a job most of us would think of as a job from hell.
And that's me ready to rock and roll for an extreme clean.
Tend to do the extreme cleans over a weekend if we can, don't we?
Yeah.
But they take a different view.
As much hard work as it is, and the things that we come across sometimes aren't pleasant, but it's a great feeling at the end of it. The faces just light up, and that's kind of the why we do it.
Yeah.
It may seem like a hellish job to some, but Joanna and Steve take great pride in it.
The worst thing I encountered was probably the first ever job. We walked in and the whole downstairs was covered in dog muck. I lifted the sofa up and the dog diarrhoea fell out the bottom. It was just pouring down, it was dripping, and there was all flies attached and fly larvae, and it stank.
Steve and Joanna quickly realised there was no shortage of houses in need of their expertise.
Out of every 2 streets, you probably get 3 houses in that condition, which is good for us.
We see somebody who has a messy home, but more than that, maybe a filthy home. It can be a sign of mental illness, and the most related mental illness to sort of hoarding behaviours and sort of dirty home behaviours is obsessional compulsive disorder. But it's also linked to anxiety disorders and to depression.
Nothing bothers these extreme cleaners. Where there's muck, there's brass.
If someone said to you, if I give you 1,500 quid, will you clean my toilet? I don't care who they are, what they say. If someone's giving you £1,500 now to clean a dirty toilet, you're going to go, yeah, all right, I'll have it.
The only time we're disappointed when we open the front door is if it's not as bad as we think it's going to be. If it's a bit too clean. We like things being up here.
We like to see our results.
Yeah, we like wading through stuff.
This house certainly gave them exactly what they like. They still talk about it as the worst they've ever seen.
You walk through the front door and you're automatically greeted with knee-high, just full of rubbish. Got the kitchen, which was probably waist-high, full of rubbish. Bathroom, which was on the right, you couldn't get into it. So we saw about 6 or 7 mice coming here. I've never seen so many mice in one house. Oh, there we go.
It's all wall, yeah. I don't mind the mice as long as I know that they're there and they're not going to jump out at me.
This is a good game. Get the mouse from down the back of the radiator with a fork.
So you open the fridge and then you see it's still full of meat, but it's not been switched on for 5 years. And then the smell it shut, boom. And then that's it, she's heaving.
But he kept lifting the lid at freezer up.
Yeah, I was just...
Did you smell that? No. And then it hit you like an atom bomb.
So we just had to come outside for a breather. It's that bad, it's making my eyes water.
I still smell that sometimes. That's still in my nostrils.
Even in the midst of filth like this, Steve keeps a smile on the team's face.
I just need to wash the dishes, but I need to empty the sink first. I just broke the shovel. It's good fun, honestly. I'd encourage anyone to come on board. Give me a shout, I'll give you a job.
As long as you've got a strong stomach.
What they do is really remarkable.
There's an enormous amount of satisfaction in this job. That's what we live for.
I love the extreme stuff more. It's the difference from start to finish that I like. The dirtier, the better.